Who is going to take the spoils? We are about to find out as we are racing into turn 1. Contact between the two. 3 wide into turn 3. Sideways Doyden. Still contact happening through turn number 2. What a great bit of deft touch of the wheel that was. He's gone from the inside and he's taken the lead.
Hello and welcome guys, it's Jake here from redlinemotorsport.co.uk. You have joined me here today for the official RaceRoom Esports event with the WTCR 19 cars. As we jump over here today, like I say, we've got a lovely dry and sunny day here at Zandvoort with air temperature of 18 degrees C. Track temperature of 31 degrees C, so it should be fairly optimal for these guys today. So you join me, we're just at the end of practice here. We will shortly be going into a 15-minute qualifying session, followed by 2 25-minute races, and which are the second race will be a top 10 reverse grid, so that will be really interesting to see how the faster guys coming from the bottom end of the top 10 will make their way through the pack. So definitely a couple of races that should be really interesting today. Currently we have Omen who posted the fastest time during practice of a 1:44.6. A great time by him, but really any of the top 5, even 10 we could see today take the top pole spot, as I mean the top 10 were covered by half a second, 6 tenths, so it's really anyone's chance here to jump up to the top spot, as they're now all making their way out from the warm-up lap and to get their first times on the board. So yeah, jump on board with Omen here. He is in the Hyundai. Hyundai and the Audis definitely seem to be the favourite cars at the minutes, but we're definitely seeing a fair few Seats out there as well. It's sort of surprised to see how close these guys are even on their run up for the qualifying lap. You expect to see them definitely backing off towards the start of their lap, as they want themselves a little bit of space. They won't want to be driving too close to each other on the quali laps. You know, some may be looking for a bit of a tow, but it's no Monza. It's Zandvoort. It's a tight, twisted circuit. You don't really want anyone in your line of sight distracting you from your apex or taking a little bit of front aero off your car. So we'll definitely see these guys spread out as they start their lap. See them backing off now, weaving, get the tyres up to temperature. We're going to follow on with Omen here, as he was the fastest guy during practice. We expect to see some fairly quick times from him. Wonder if we see any of them getting a little bit closer to the 43s, whether any of them have sort of been running slightly higher fuel loads or holding a little bit of pace in their pocket, not to show their hand too early, as we'll soon find out as they now start their lap. Down on the turn 1, nice big camber turn there, help them out. Now and down a nice little tricky section of S's here into the, again, very cambered hairpin. Want to carry nice speed in there, not scrub too much, and nice on the throttle as early as possible as you come into this flat out section here. Right, turning hard to the left here again, turn hard to the right, like to clip the inside, spot yourself a nice braking zone and carry as much speed as you can for this fast right hander on the throttle, nice and early over to the left hand side. I clip this right a little bit, just touch the apex curb, but He stays clear of it this time around, maybe favouring to keep the car nice and settled on the first lap, get himself a banker in. So he has gone purple on his first sector. We'll soon see managers with sector 2. Going up to the last sector, he goes purple again for sector 2. Just takes a little bit of curve on the inside there. Actually run right out to the edge of the curve there, using all the track available. Here he comes, a long right-hander to bring him round to the start-finish straight, as we'll see the first times going on the board. Goran is first with a 1:44.8. Somasai is pretty much maxed that. As we see Romance with a... Oh, it's Goran jumped in there as well, and he's 6,000 slower than Romance. And Omen only goes 5th at the minute, so we'll definitely look to see some improvements from him as we get into the qualifying session. It's not a long session today, only 15 minutes, so they've definitely really got to get their times on the board fairly quick as we jump on board with Vermont now. He's one of our Seat drivers out there. The DHL livery, very nice there. Today we have 27 drivers in with us today. So he has decided he's going to come in the pit, so we'll jump over to Goran to see if he can improve on his lap time this time around. As you see, we've got the top 18 drivers covered by under a second here, so really tight grid here today at Zandvoort. So this should really bring some really good racing today. I mean, looking at the top 10, 2.5 tenths colouring the top 10 is just superbly close. So really any of the top 10 you could see take a pole. It just takes one lap, really hook up all those corners. You could easily make up that 2-3 tenths you need and take the top spot away from these guys. We see Goran come round to complete his second lap, flashing the lights there. Is he happy with that lap? No improvement this time round, still with a 1:44.8. I mean, we've seen these guys 2-3 tenths faster than that, so definitely look to see some improvements coming. We're going to jump on with Ganay here, another one of the Hyundai drivers, currently with a 1:44.9, he's currently in P7. Still doing a great job here. I mean, it's only 1/10 off the leaders at the minute, so it's just one good sector could really find him climb the leaderboard here. As he's also got Mezen in behind him here. Might be looking to take advantage of a bit of a sneaky toe here, see if he can get pulled around and just nab that extra few tenths from the slipstream. Halfway around his laps, looking nice and controlled. A really tricky sector this, really important to keep the momentum going. To use quite a tight line around here, not using all of the tarmac available. Really key to keep a nice, consistent, smooth lap around here. Any small mistakes can really cost you because it's not just one corner, it quite often leads into the next one, so very important to keep it under control and maintain your momentum around this Zandvoort circuit. As he heads up to the last couple of turns now, one long right-hander to go. He takes a wide exit, cut in tight, try and keep that totally flat as he comes up on the start-finish. Will we see an improvement by Gurney? No, it doesn't look like improvement this time around. As we're going to jump on board with Alexander Somasai here, the Audi driver, is currently with a 1:44.852, so only 200ths off Vermont's time at the minute, so absolutely nothing. As you can see, he's gone purple sector 1, so he's a really good start to the lap. As he going to be able to keep this up with the pressure of knowing that he's definitely made an improvement in the first sector? That can definitely impact the rest of your lap, as obviously he's concentrating really hard. He's not letting the fact that he is up get to him, because he's gone purple sector 2 as well. So just now this last sector now, just a couple of corners, hopefully he can convert this into a pole position. We shall soon find out, as we do see his first sector go green, so someone else out there is on a purple as well. We shall soon see how much improvement Somsai makes. At 144.8 again, so just an absolute fraction of an improvement, not quite enough yet. Just that last sector wasn't quite enough for him to make the jump in the last couple of positions. Let's try to see if we can see who's on this winding first sector at the minute. You know, I believe it may have been Vermont. No, he decides against it. We're going to jump on board with Valentin Barrier here. Currently another driver on a 44.8. I mean, these guys are split by absolutely nothing at the minute. I mean, any of the top 10 we can see take this in the last 5 minutes of qualifying. It really is just getting one good lap together. The top 10 only being less than 2/10 apart. It really is for any one of these. Oh, as he goes deep into the hairpin mistake there by Barrier, what a shame. So I'm going to jump over Vermont here, because he has managed to beat 144.7, so there's some slight improvements, but not quite no big leaps yet, as we have seen some of these guys doing low 44s. So we definitely know it's possible, whether it's just the pressure of quali time, not quite being able to match the times we saw in practice so far. So we're going to jump on board with Dyna here, another one of the Hyundai drivers. He's slowing up, whether he's just getting himself a nice little space before he starts his next hot lap. Looks just the case. He's to get himself a really nice run on to the start finish. Really set himself up here for a fast lap. Yes, he's definitely giving himself some space now. As we see, Omen has managed to jump up into P2 with a 44.792, only 200ths off P1 there. So close, but that puts him up the order, and he'll be on the front row for now, as also Balazin has jumped up into P3, only 400ths off that of the pole time of Vermont. I mean, this is crazy. We've got 6 drivers and less than a tenth off the fastest time, over 1 minute 44. That really is staggering to see these guys so close together, and this is why they are the top of the class, and they are esports drivers. We're still on board here with Dino. He's set a personal best for sector 1. He's down in 13th position at the minute, so there's plenty of room to improve. A little bit loose on the rear there as he comes around this long left-hander. He's moving this straight up towards the end of sector 2, and we'll see how his lap has progressed. Not a personal best that sector, so it'll be hard to see if he can actually improve on his time at the minute, but we'll stay on board and see if he can manage to do that with this last sector. Just the last corner to go in the run up to the line then. Personal best at 144.9. Is he able to top that and move himself further up the position? No, unfortunately not this time around. As we take a further look back up, there's been a change up the top for P3. Broderman has managed to push himself into 3rd position with a 44.807. I mean, absolutely nothing between these guys here. Really, just one corner could make all the difference here. as we do see Vermont has been slowly improving. He has pushed his time now down to 1:44.6, and he's now getting towards those times we're seeing during practice. So I really don't know how much more these boys can pull out of it. Giving him a nice little cushion of 1.5 tenths to Omen. I say a nice cushion, 1.5 tenths really is nothing, but it's the biggest gap we've seen so far at the top of the board. So I wonder if anyone will able to match him with only a couple of minutes left to go. So we're going to see a couple of laps left here. Jump on board with Balazin here. As he just come up to finish his lap, we'll see if he manages to make the improvement. As he does, he's jumped into P2 with a 44.7. I think he believes that's probably the best he can do as he decides to finish his lap there. We're going to jump on board with Grant here, coming around towards finishing his lap, and he's on 2 personal bests at the minute. So I hope to see a jump here in the Audi. Just looking at the leaderboard now, I mean 26 drivers covered by 1.1 seconds. That is astounding pace by these guys. Gorant not able to improve his lap time this time around. Just a few drivers left on track now. Klaus here in P11 at the minute with a 1:44.9. Another one of our Audi drivers out there. Now coming around to finish his final lap. See if he's able to improve his time. No improvement that time around, but looks like he has found some time to carry on. Whether he's going to have enough time to finish that lap, I don't think so. And there you have it. Vermont able to keep that P1 position with the brilliant time 1:44.5. He did see an extra improvement there towards the end. And Omen getting P2 1:44.6, and Balazin third with a 1:44.7. And that's your top 3, guys. Absolutely astounding pace by these guys. I mean, seeing 27 drivers covered by 1.1 seconds. This is going to be some race we're going to be treated to today. Again, we've got 2 races today, both 25 minutes, with the second one being a top 10 reverse grid, which should be really interesting, seeing these faster guys trying to make their way through the pack, as Zandvoort isn't one of the easiest tracks to pass at. No doubt, definitely is some passing spots, obviously down to turn 1 and a few other maybe unorthodox positions you can get past. But it's definitely going to need to see some good driving strategy and really piling the pressure on to force some mistakes out of other people today. As they all line on the grid now for their race start. This again is server 2 for the WTCR Esports event. As we're just waiting for the lights to go out now, Vermont and Omen on your front row as they have a clean getaway so far. Hopefully we'll get down to turn 1 nice and clean. Now is Vermont going to be able to keep his position? He's got the inside line. Omen is obviously going to try and go around the outside. We shall see if he manages to make this. No, Vermont able to keep his position for now. Nice couple of turns there by Vermont to hold Omen off for now. They're all nose to tail as they go into the hairpin. Looks like the Audi of Goran was trying to make a pass there, but not able to make a stick. As you watch these drivers go through the S's, one long slate of cars going down the fast right-hander here. Managed to keep it all nice and safe and clean so far. Great start by all these drivers. Little hop over the curb there by Vermont, still able to keep the car under control. Showing great control by all these drivers. As we've got a little bit of contact there, P4 and 5 being Gorant and Oman. Still able to keep going as Gorant has managed to make the car stick and has got himself up to P4 as he's going to be defending now down to the tight set of corners here before the last sector. As we see one guy make a mistake, then go to the inside. Hopefully he didn't cause any of the drivers any issues. They all seem to be going nicely here still. As we come up towards the last turn here, Norman has still managed to keep hold of P1. A great opening lap by him, holding off Omen and Balazin for the top few spots. As we're going to jump down the pack now to P8, we've got Nandori in the Hyundai. He has Simon Somosai close up behind him at the minute. As you can see, not easy for these guys to make the pass around here, being quite a tight and twisty circuit. Really is going to be trying to pile the pressure on these drivers ahead of them and try and force an error where possible. Going to jump up on board with Omen here. He's getting very close to our leader Vermont, really keeping the pressure on him. Think able to make a pass through these sectors, though sometimes you can see some unorthodox passing positions. But sensible at the minute, just sticking in the slipstream. Probably best to just pile on the pressure as much as he can at the minute. See if he can push Vermont into a little lock-up somewhere. Just shows Vermont his nose there, little pull out, straight back in line though. Vermont still able to keep Omen behind. He's doing a great job at defending here. We haven't seen him lock a wheel or anything yet. They jump at the front cam here because Vermont is right up behind. Omen is right up behind Vermont here. And see how much slipstream he is able to obtain down the start-finish straight. Really not gaining too much, so it's really going to have to be down to skill and control of the car to try and get himself a pass. As tries for the undercut there, but not possible to find the space to get his car into. As they go through the S's here up towards the hairpin. Real able to close in on the corner, but Vermont is able to get the car down before able to pull that gap out a little bit. These guys are definitely the closest on track at the minute. Really hungry for this top spot, these two. But this will show us that qualifying is very key around this track. It's not the easiest to pass. A little bit wide there by Oman, making a little bit of mistake, giving Vermont a little bit of breathing space for now. Well, just have to reel it back in and just pose himself again. Get back on the charge, put pressure on Vermont. Jump onto Janosch here. Trying to pile the pressure onto Dyna here in P9. Little packs of drivers all over the place, having really good battles so far. It's been really clean by these drivers, showing their professionalism and respect to the other racers. Little flash of the lights there by some of the guys, just trying to let the guys know that he's still there. Get them to have a quick glance in the rear view mirror and possibly force a little lock up from the drivers. You see some of the drivers in the forefront there using the whole track there, defending down towards turn 1. Just shows how hard it is to pass here. We don't see many passes down towards turn 1, even with the length of the straight that we have here. Slipstream just not quite as effective in the WTCR cars, so it really has to be on driver merit getting the pass. Jump on board with Strulik here, another one of the Hyundai drivers. Managed 145.7, he's P13 at the minute. This little gaggle of drivers here. Really, these guys are struggling to make progress in a minute. It's going to be a race of attrition a little bit. See who can put the most pressure on the other driver to make the mistake to try and gain that position. Jump up, back on board with Dino again. It's Janosch pressure on him for the P8 position. As Kenez had to go defensive there just a little bit, just to stop the possible late braking manoeuvre by Dyna. I wonder if he's able to get his car in position as we come around the last couple of turns here and see if he can get close enough to gain what little slipstream there is. As we see one of the Audis in the forefront there, just trying to break any slipstream opportunities. Dyna's having a real go at this, gets in the slipstream, and Kenez goes defensive. I don't know if Dyna's will be able to take this around the outside. He does have a really camper turn to try and help, but not able to make the passing manoeuvre this time around. Still all over the bumper of Kenez here. He's doing a really good job of holding it off and not cracking to the pressure. He's going to jump up front here because Omen is really close to our leader Vermont here as we go into the fast right-hander. He's really stuck to his bumper all race long so far. That little mistake from him we saw earlier, he's managed to gather himself and get himself right back up to Vermont's pace here. And last lap around he was about 1/10 a lap faster than Vermont, allowing him just to close in. Amen does have, I believe, the fast lap of the race at the minute with a 1:45.0, just 1/10 and a half faster than our leader in a minute. Gonna jump down a barrier here because he is he's in the middle of a sandwich here, really trying to attack and defend at the same time to Goran and Nandori. This little pack here for P4, 5 and 6 and having a great little battle, showing each other great respect there at the same time. The P4 driver Goran here could really do with Nandori getting on the back of barrier here, just to give him a little bit of breathing space because he's really being attacked hard. As you see, Goran is weaving all over the place, trying to break the toe of barrier down the turn one. He's managed to do the job this time around, but he still managed to hold on to P4. Going to jump back on with our leaders here. Nomad is still pushing really hard on Vermont, just not able to find anywhere to make the pass yet, but still with 15 minutes of this race left, he's still got plenty of time to just keep the pressure on Vermont, see if he can push a little mistake out of him. Back further here to P10, this is Janosh in the Audi. Got a big line of drivers here from P9 all the way down to sort of P15, P16. Janosh here, right in the middle of this massive line of drivers. Kenez who's leading this little pack here up in P8, P7, and Dyna, who seems to be the man on the attack at the minute, is in P8, hoping to be able to grab that position of Kenez. He's wanting Kenez to go defensive here, but I don't think he's going to make the pass around the outside here. I'm sure he's going to give it a go, but yeah, not quite able to do it this time around. Kenez does manage to keep the position, but I wonder whether he's going to be compromised for the line he had to take. No, it's still doing a great job of holding off Dyna here. Dyna has managed to get really close to coming out of the last corner here onto the straightaway. We'll see if he's got enough to make a pass down at the first turn. Let's see if he can jump on board here, because you see just how close these guys are. But just not able to make the pass on the outside, a bit of contact. They still managed to carry on okay. Good to see that they're still able to keep racing. She foil on his bumper here as you go through the S's into the hairpin. Really trying to carry momentum on through there, on the throttle, nice and early. Use the curb. Now this whole section here, flat out, over to the right. Turn hard to the left here. Keep it nice and tight, get to the right, flat over the crest. Spot your braking point, dab it, get it turned in, try and balance that throttle and keep the momentum up as you go through the long right-hander here. Over to the left, little dab, try and cut this just contact that little apex curb there. Tricky section here, really to try and keep momentum up through the set of right and left and bends here. Again, a lot more track there, but you generally tend to take quite a tight line there. Yeah, power on hard as you take the run up the hill. Stay over to the left here again for another hard braking zone as you just want to cut the inside curve here just a little bit. One touch of contact with these guys, really, really close. So some great racing by these guys, and they took us around a nice quick lap there. And then jump back on board with Adams here in 12 Biondo. He's sandwiched between a bunch of drivers here. He's trying to attack Strulik and defend from Nezik at the same time. Not an easy job. As we see Diner again up ahead here, trying to make a pass for P8. Not able to make this one around the outside so far. Still not able to make that pass. Really struggling to get past here, but it's a great defence by Kenez at the minute. And then jump back here to 21 as Room is really trying to attack hard to correct. Another one of the Audi drivers here. We see a great race as throughout the pack, just up the front. These guys are so close on lap time that it doesn't matter where you are, you're always going to have a really, really strong battle. Vermont is still out front and he's still leading this. He's now got about a half second, 0.6 of a second lead over Omen. And likewise Omen Bergman, a 0.8 gap. So the leaders are still managing to maintain their gaps between each other, and much change up front from qualifying positions. A bit further down the pack as jump back on board here with Diner as he's still trying to attack Canes here. Canes again on the defensive, just really not able to make a pass on the outside line here. Again, Canes on the defensive. Diner needs to get a really, really strong run here for the last set of corners up on the start-finish straight. As we've seen how little slipstream these cars are able to get. Canes is obviously choosing the inside defensive line early, just allowing Diner no opportunity to get the pass done. Again, as Diner has to go to the outside. He's got to be careful here. Oh, contact is not what we want to see. Oh, real shame we had to see that. Some of the guys able to continue. Let's hope that doesn't cause a crescendo in the background, which we see more contact. That's such a shame to see. As Kenneth was doing a great job there, actually holding off to Diner. Diner may be a little impatient to try and get past as he tried to do the switch back in his rear end. On to Schulze here. Another drop guy in the Audis. Another pack of these drivers, and we see a massive slide for the right hand. Oh, what a save here. Cloud showing us his driving control there, as he's now going to be really going to go run on the defensive. He's going to have these guys run on the back of him. The momentum of Sonoside takes him up the inside, goes for the cutback and is able to get the position back in. These guys are fighting so hard. More contact, we see another driver go off into the gravel trap. Such a shame to see that, but these guys are still at it really hard here. Klaus after that really big slide through the fast right hand and manages to regain control and carry on. He'll lose a few places. He's now defending to Kenez, who we saw with the contacts earlier in the lap. Unfortunately, dropped a good sort of 4 or 5 position with that contact, but doesn't seem to have too much damage. Hopefully is able to continue, and now he's going to go on the attack here to Klaus. We can jump on the back of this battle here with Simon, because he's got a whole host of drivers ahead of him that he's going to try and attack here. Look at this picture here, all these cars flying stern. Beautiful, beautiful sight as we go into turn 1 at Zandvoort. We're going to jump back over to our leaders here. So Vermont is still doing a great job holding on P1 over men still trying to attack, but just not able to find a way past on this Zandvoort track. These guys have been at it all race long pretty much, with most of the race less than half a second gap between them. These guys really showing why they're at the top of the pack here. Lap after lap, low 145s. With only just under 8 minutes of the race left, he's really going to have to try and think about his strategy to make a pass now, because it's obviously, we're seeing that it's not very easy to get the pass done down the start-finish straight. So maybe he's going to have to try and think about an alternative place to try and make the pass here, somewhere in the infield where one won't be expecting the pass. He's not going to have a lot of laps to try and gauge where he can do this, so it will be interesting to see how he manages to get by in the rest of the race. Jump over with Nezik here in P11, sandwiched in between the Audi and another Hyundai. We go on to the front of this little pack is Janosch in the Audi, followed by Adams, Nezik and Somasai. Great job so far. Janosch trying to hold off to these three drivers that were right on his tail the last few laps. Likewise, Adams just behind is trying his best to have a go at Janosch, but at the same time having to defend to Nezik while they're trying to do so. We're going to jump off a little bit further back to Strulik here in P16. He's really trying hard to make his way past Somska here. Oh, trying to move up the inside there, risky. Manages to keep the momentum as we go up to the right-hander here. Has he managed to make the pass stick? He has. Great pass there, because quite often you can get yourself up the inside and then find yourself on the outside the next time around. Good drive off the corner there, able to keep position. He's able now to make his way out onto the back of the next pack. He's going to jump back here because Bruno has got himself right in the middle of this really tight battle here with 5 drivers back towards the back of the field. These guys with really nothing between them. It's one small mistake and you easily lose 1, 2 or 3 positions. This Kanat is the closest one of the bunch on the back of the pack here, trying to line up a pass on Greg. You see them all tuck into the slipstream. Will we see anyone pull out for an attempt on a late braking move? Things better of it this time around. Michael Budcombe in P3 with the current fastest lap of 1:44.9. Not far off what these guys are doing in qualifying trim, so great to see times like that coming during the race, as surely they are wearing through what tyre they have left. We jump back on board with the other leaders. Ramon is still holding on to this, but has almost pulled himself a 3/4 of a second gap here. He was a couple of tenths a lap faster the last time around. We shall soon see if Oben has managed to just pick his pace up a little bit and equal it this time around. So they come around the last turn now. They head down the start-finish straight for what will only be a few more laps with just under 4 minutes left to go. Yeah, that time around Owen was about a tenth faster than Vermont, so just managed to reel him back in a little bit. Looks like he's really gearing up for his last attempt at trying to make a pass now and go for the win. As Miguel in E3 is far behind now, you think, to possibly make a go for taking one of the top 2 spots, but having a great race nonetheless. Jump back down the order to Adam in P10 here. Now he's really trying to push here to get the front of this little pack. It's Janosch still doing a really good job here to hold these guys off. So he's got 6 drivers all lining up to have a go at him. All these guys doing a great job to attack and defend at the same time. Really hard to pick which one of these guys is going to be able to make his way through. Just like I say, just one small mistake and you can easily see yourself lose a couple of positions, as Adams is now having to go on the defensive a little bit to Nezik. Let's say that's one small mistake, he's gone from attack to defence here. So they make their way up straight over the crest here. Whether Nezik is able to get closer to push him to defend. No, not quite close enough this time around. We do see Somersai and Klaus in the background having a go at each other. Soon see who comes out ahead. I think Somersai is still able to keep position. They again go side by side down towards the last couple of turns. Klaus here managing to get the best of that little battle between those two. As we see Omen has managed to close the gap just a little bit more that last lap around, another 2 tenths faster than the leader from on. Meaning that he's just under half a second now from the leader, with what you could only guess is maybe another lap, 2 laps to go. Further down here we see Gurney still holding off and Nat doing a great job to hold off to these couple of drivers behind him that have been pressuring him for quite a while now. Definitely not one of the easiest tracks to race. We're going to have to jump back over to our leaders here as Almen is getting closer and closer to our leader Vermont. Got himself just up to within 2 tenths of a second there. As will they actually make it round to make them do one further lap? I think they will have one more lap at this pace. As they come around the last turn at the start-finish straight with 20 seconds still to go, they will cross the line and will have to do one more lap. Gives Omen one more chance here. Actually having to force Vermont to go to defensive this time. One tries from the outside, but I think he knows that's not able, so he tries to go for the cutback. He does get alongside him now. Is he going to be able to contain that momentum? No, Vermont does a great exit off turn 1. Amazing to keep P1 as we head into the hairpin. Unlikely to see a pass for these next set of corners. His only real chance I can see is coming up straight towards the end. You go up over the crest and brake before the chicane and hairpin towards the end. If he can get himself a good run around that section, maybe an opportunity for pass. Otherwise, it's going to be really hard for Omen to actually take the win here. Vermont has definitely done enough to deserve the win. He's held it behind. He got P1. We shall see, is Oman got anything left in the tank? Really forcing Vermont to take some slightly different lines here. Here's the opportunity I said he may have one. Whether he can get a good enough run off the turn. Vermont really strong on the power, just not leaving any chance for Omen to attack him. Great exit by Vermont. Omen still doing a great job to keep Vermont on the defensive. Omen manages to get a nice wide swing as they come at the start-finish straight, closer than he's been so far. Down within a tenth, but I just don't think it's enough. as a race win goes to Vermont. Great job to hold on to that, and then the P2 for Omen, and third place for Ragtiman. Great job by the top three there as we go on board with Gorant for P4 and Nandori for P5. What a great race by all these guys. They've been pushing really hard all race long. It's been races from the very top to the very bottom of the grid. As we see the last couple of guys come around the last corner now to finish the race. As we see one guy going very slowly there, whether he's managed to run out of fuel on the last lap, hopefully not. As there you see the results. Roman able to take qualifying and P1 with a great drive, holding off to Omen all race long. Great job by the top three there. Fastest lap going to Ragtiman with a 1:44.9. Now we shall see a second 25-minute race with the top 10 of the grid reversed, so that should put Adams in P1, Nosh in P2 and Dobsak in P3, and we shall see our podiums will be in 10th, 9th and 8th, and they will be having to try and make their way back up through the grid. As the lights are ready to go out for race 2. Another 25-minute race. Adams on P1 and Janosch in P2. As here we go. Adams still able to hold position. There's a bit of jostling for P2 and 3 as the guys are really tight as they come in towards turn 1. It looks like Janosch has managed to go round the outside and take P1 from Adams. Great job there off the line. As you see, the guys all managed to get around the first few turns. That is a little bit of contact there through the hairpin, but managed to carry on going. All to abreast as they go through the hairpin. Great drive by the guys to keep nice and neat through the first few turns. Brave to be side by side as they go up towards the fast up and down towards the fast right hander here. He's going to go back up towards the leaders here, and Janosch really having to bend hard to Adam and Dobbs at the same time as his contact. All drivers getting slightly out of shape, but almost catch it and keep on going. And it's Adams now that has the lead back again after having Janosch get past him in the first turn. They're all lining up to have a go at our leader here. As of course the leaders, the winners of race 1 are again starting P10, 9 and 8, so they're going to be guys to watch to see sort of what progress they're able to make. As we see Nandori fighting Janosch for P2, as we see a spinner in the background. Janosch still able to keep P2, slight contact as they go towards the last turn. Adams with a great first lap, initially losing P1 and managing to regain it halfway around the lap, so it's a great opening lap for him as he leads as we finish the first lap. So we're going to jump a little bit down to see where it's Dinah here in some changes, sorry about that, P5 as he's holding position to Barrier and Klaus. Ottoman we see in P8, he was our P2 driver from the first race, and trying to see where, oh what a shame, Vermont, the winner of the last race, is right at the back of the grid, whether he's had an accident, he wasn't able to continue. It's such a shame to see that. We jump back up with our front three here, and Dory is trying to make an attempt to pass the P2 here from Janosch. To make the pass through these sections, just want to keep nice and close and able enable himself to get the run where possible to make the pass. Oh, a little bit of contact there between Nandori and Janosch. Didn't affect them too much, still able to continue. Janosch not feeling he has to defend this time around. As we see Dyna and Barrier in the background going side by side towards the chicane. Oh, a great sight to see all these drivers, all these WTCR cars behind the stern as we go towards the last corner here. See, it really is one race along around this track, making it so hard for these guys to try and pass. You really have to try and force an error from these drivers, as Adam's still able to hold that little gap over P2 and Janosch while he's being attacked by Nandori. Nandori has a little look up the inside, no room to get past yet. You see contact between P3 and 4 there, was it? Yeah, I think one of the drivers lost a little bit of time there for Barrier. Possibly so much to watch there. These guys, it's just one long train at the minute. See Omen here, he was our P2 from race 1, still only in 8th position, he's only able to make 1 position so far, showing that some of the fastest guys here just still not able to easily find a way to pass. Come a little bit further down here, we've got some side-by-side action towards the right-hander as there's contact. Oh dear, what a shame to see that. This is the thing, that being one line around this circuit, going side-by-side from such fast corners is not ideal. We're on board here with Somersai in the Audi. It's currently P13 at the minute. Simon all over the back of him trying to pass. Way to jump back further up the pack here is Janosch has finally lost the position to Nandori. Great job on Nandori to get through to P3. It pushes Janosch backwards, and chance for Dobson to make an attempt at the pass now, as he would like to get himself onto the podium. Really good to see all the Audis on those so close on pace today, nothing really to choose between the cars. As you see a couple of guys going side by side around the last turn. Still side by side in the background, who's going to get the better of it down the start finish straight. They all pull back in line of stern. See some drivers in the background there going side by side. I think that was Kenez. Right up the nose of Omen. Still not able to make any more progress for Omen. Jump further down to Courtois here. He's one of the few Seat drivers out there, not quite as many as the Audis and the Hyundai, but still doing such a great job with this guy. He's 16 at the minute, they're 145.9. Again, for all of these drivers, I mean, they're trying to attack and defend at the same time. There's such a little gap between 25 of these drivers. Look at this, just one long train of drivers. One small mistake to see you drop from position straight away. And then finding it really hard to try and make those positions back as side-by-side action here by Desig and Somersai. Or as he makes a late brake manoeuvre trying to go down the insides. Misjudged. Desig not to compromise too much, unable to keep position, so that's a bad attempt, but Desig wasn't to compromise too much, at least he wasn't impeded on that. Going to jump further back up here as these guys are so close coming out onto the start-finish straight. Hard to see who's going to make the move first. Cloud's trying to go around the outside of Dyna here, able to make the move stick. You've got to be careful from behind though, because Barrier will try and capitalise on his attack. Neither driver able to capitalise this time around. So have to wait patiently for the next good opportunity to make the pass. Stewart here, another one of the drivers really close to Omen. Omen moment still not able to make any progress in his P8 position. Stuart keep really tucked up behind Omen there. Just no chance to overtake at the minute. You see one of the drums right there, but able to have kept it on the black stuff. Contact there as you come out of the corner, still able to all keep going. They were 3 abreast there momentarily. Up over the crest down towards hard braking zone here towards the end of the lap. Hopefully no contact as 2 of them go side by side, that being Dobsa and Kenez. Kenez able to keep the position after a little bit of side by side through the chicane. Around the last corner, it looks like Omen, after losing a couple of places, is trying to gain some back coming through the last turn out on the grass, able to keep it under control this time around. Michael defending there to Omen. Great job, Omen definitely lost a few positions there, probably trying to pass him, getting quite right. The 2 guys going side by side there through the chicane. Yes, it's even. Barrier and just say Adams up front is still managing to maintain his lead from the start of the race. Half a second to Nandori. And further 2.5 back to Janosch, top 3 still in the same position. This is where the fight is really going on from E5 all the way down. There's nothing between about 10-15 drivers here. Yeah, jump on board with Rune here. There's a little bit of contact. We lose one of the drivers. That's a shame. Jump on board here with the leader as Nandori is making an attempt to make a pass for P1 on Adams. Adams has to go defensive. No chance for Nandori to get past this time around. Can Nandori line himself up for a pass down the start-finish straight? He's managed to force Adam on the defensive, which will really compromise Adams' run out on the start-finish straight. But Nandori out on the grass, that's not going to help. Able to get back on, but probably killed his momentum onto the straight here. Absolutely nothing to choose between these drivers here. Adams on the defensive line, and Nandori pulls out. As we've seen, almost impossible for these drivers to get around the outside here. A little bit of contact, able to continue on okay. Adams still able to keep position here. Constant barrage of attacks from Nandori, really trying to put the pressure on Adams, trying to squeeze a mistake out of him here to get the pass done. Currently fastest lap by Nandori in P2 as well, 45.3. Last time round he was a couple of tenths a lap faster. So we can visibly see that on track. He's all over the back of Adams at the minute. We're going to jump a bit further back down as Kenez is on the attack to barrier at the minute. All these drivers are real hungry to make some positions up, but really showing today with this track how hard it is to get the passes stuck. Real close as they all go down on the brakes here. Bowman's still trying to make positions back as he's lost a few positions from his starting position. Again, he was our P2 driver from race 1. Started in P8 and unfortunately has lost a few positions, just showing how hard it is even for the fast drivers here to make their way through on this twisty track. And we jump up with Klaus here trying to make the pass on Janosch. Klaus able to get the inside line going down to the first turn, enabling him to make the pass on the brakes, but Janosch is trying to do it on the outside. Klaus trying to defend. Klaus able to keep the position in the end. Good pass up to P3 for Klaus. Janosch now got to just regain himself and try and get back on the back of Klaus and push for a pass back. We jump on board with Struling here, really pressuring Dyna P5. Clump of 4 drivers here. Just Klaus, Janosch, Dyna and Struling, all pushing for the last position on the podium here. Mistake by one of these drivers and then can let the whole heap through. Got to stick really smooth and consistent around here. Somewhat in one of the best positions here without having drivers up behind him. Just leaves him more time to really have a go at these drivers ahead without having to worry about defending from the guys behind. But the guys behind are really on a charge. We could see this 4-way battle move up to a 9-way battle. So if he wants to make the pass, he needs to get it done sooner than later. Gonna jump on board with Omen here as he's really hard on the back of Mikel. Still not able to quite use that slipstream to be able to get the pass, but he has pulled out beside him. Now he's going to try on the brakes. It makes an attempt. Mikel manages to pull the pace around the outside. Great defensive work there by Mikel. Jump on board back with Dyna again in P5, which is really harassing Janosch here for P4. Flash of the lights just to try and put him off as they come into the fast right-hander. Still has Strulik on his tail though, so not able to relax as Strulik makes a little move to the inside. Thinks better of it for now. Not an easy place to pass that, but just trying to put the driver ahead off a little bit as he does manage to sneak his nose up the inside this time. Maybe a little lock up there by Dyna. Strulik able to make the pass. Great stuff there by him. Able to just turn a little bit slow, get his nose up the inside, allowing him room on the power nice and early. Gets the pass done. Strulik up to P5. Great pass caught there. Dyna not happy to let it go. A little bit of contact there. Hopefully guys will keep it nice and clean. Carry on. Back to Dobbs here as he's really close with these some of these guys. Good on there. Sorry for that. As we jump back down to Mezes here in P14. It's in this bunch of drivers here. More like a train of drivers here coming down towards T1. Third in this little bunch in the Audi there, as we see one of the drivers actually a little wide in turn 1. That's the position for all the others in the front. There's still Havens sitting there happily behind, not able to make the pass in a minute. Klaus is really having to work hard to try and attack these guys a minute, not able to get through, but he's done a great job to try and catch up. A little bit of contact there has allowed Nandori to get real close up to Adams. Forces Adams on the defensive here. No way round from the outside line, has to tuck back inside O'Field, or attempts to try and find a gap down the inside. Not this time around. Had to slot back into position. Bit of contact with the Audi behind, manages to carry on. Adam still holds position. I think Klaus here is in a good position to get the best run. Oh, he's got the run too early. A little bit of contact on Nandori. As And then Dory's going to have to go defensive here, otherwise Klaus is going to get up the inside. Oh, content of Dory off. Oh, what a shame. Oh, contact there between Klaus and Nandori. Shame because Nandori hadn't been running such a strong race in P2 there. Jump forward here with Strulik side by side with Josh as they go down to the far set of S's. This will be interesting if he tries to stay side by side through here, as they do. Great driving and car control by these guys. Ahmed has managed to make his way back up again. He was in P11. Managed to make up position back up onto the back of this pack now. Fighting to try and get past barrier. Couldn't be any closer, force a barrier to go defensive to the outside line. He's going to be able to get the pass done from there. No, has to slip back in behind. Jump to this back, this little pack behind here for P10 downwards. Great battling by all these guys here. As we see Adams again on the defensive down towards turn 1. Klaus was slightly in front there, but not easy to keep the momentum on the long way round. He tries to keep his nose down the inside, but Adam managed to shut the door on him. Great defensive work by Adams. Klaus was momentarily through there. As they come round towards the end of the lap with only 5 minutes left. This is really do or die time if Klaus wants to win. He's come from a few places back as well. He's done well this race. Adam started in P1, has lost the position initially, but then was able to get P1 back. So he's done a great job to hold on so far. Can he hold on for another 5 minutes? As we jump back to Ganoche here in P6 on the attack to Kenez. Teammates here in the Audis, not able to make the pass down there. Can he line himself up for a slipstream down to turn 1? Very easy for Kenneth to go defensive, though we haven't seen anyone made the pass around the outside yet. It'll take some real great car control to make the pass around the outside, as we do see Kenneth go defensive. Feels Chelos doesn't have the slipstream, gets back on the racing line. Good jump over Ganache to keep Jalos to keep position. Just going to jump a little bit further back to Sommer's side. P12 here. Was attempting to have a little go at Michael, but not able to make the pass stick. Likewise also having to defend to Simon in P13. Whether they're near mistake or not, but Klaus is out front and Adams is down in E15. We missed what happened there. That's such a shame. Our leader for 20 minutes of the race has made a mistake or has been contacted down in P13, which promotes Klaus up to P1. He will now have to defend to Stulik for the last few minutes of this race. He's going to jump onto Simon here, trying to get on the back of some side. Got himself tucked in the slipstream here to come onto the start-finish straight. Whether he's able to get enough slipstream or not, we'll soon see. Forces Summerside to go defensive. We haven't seen this pass with the main yet around the outside. Think better of it. All these drivers doing a great job today. Haven't seen many incidents. Most people kept it on track. We've had this great train of drivers all the way from the top of the field down to the bottom, just following each other around, praying for the guy ahead to make a small mistake and just open the door slightly for a pass. Definitely finding it hard to pass today as we jump onto Richard Dobson here, P8, really getting close to barrier at the minute. Dobson able to make the pass this time around? Not yet. To keep on the back of Ariel. Coming around at the key part of the track now, this is where you've got to get it right if you want any hope of getting enough slipstream. You find the leaders will probably now be going on to their last lap. Klaus still holding P1 to Struling in P2. Dino trying to make the pass and Stulik not able to get it done. Goes for the cutback, able to get on the power and he takes P2. Great cutback for P2 on the last time at the turn 1. Now can he keep it for the remainder of the lap? Klaus out front's got himself a nice 2.5 second lead. Looks like he's going to just try and cruise to the finish here. He's definitely done all the hard work, just needs to keep on the black stuff for another half a lap. Diner here after that great cutback coming out of turn 1, gains himself P2. Just a few more corners to defend to hold on to the P2. Stulik doing such a good job up the top 5 most of the race. Unfortunately to lose a position so close to the end. Still a podium is their chances there for him. As Omen has made his way up to P5, having a battle with Kenez through the last few corners. Kenez still able to keep hold of P4. As you go on board, McLeod has come around the last turn. His best lap at 1:45.2, one of the fastest laps of the race. And he takes a race 2 win. And Diner in P2, Strulik P3, Kenez P4. Omen P5, Janish P6, Marier P7, Dobsa P8, Nezik P9 and Mezes in P10. It's been a great drive by these guys. It's been absolutely a train of drivers going around this Zandvoort circuit. It's been great fun to watch. And Klaus, your race 2 winner. Have it. Race 2 results.